de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. What a festive day for us to be doing the show.
La
And may
vida
the
loca,
fourth be
baby.
with you.
Oh wow.
Every girl's worst tattoo.
El Pollo Loco.
Where did you get yours? On your honeymoon?
Where did I get the shirt? Oh, I've
No, the
had this shirt
tattoo.
for years. This is like my go-to shirt for every Cinco de Mayo. I think I've had this for like at least 9 years.
Love it.
A little
Love
worn.
it.
Good.
I'm just glad I fit into it. That's the goal.
That's like your metric.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when she knows she's had enough tacos.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome back to another week, another exciting episode. We are like whittling things down now. We actually have a jury forming, which is crazy that we're already at this point. And yet I feel like there's still 70 idols and tricks out there still to be played.
Amulets, and
they're running out of time to do it too. So
yeah,
they're running out of time for a lot of things, and they are taking their time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to our friends. Hold on, let me go into the comments. I'm looking for all the ats right here, so we got to say hi to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's saying hey, hi,
hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
A lot here.
I have to comment on what Elaine said about my Instagram. I try really hard not to ruin things and spoil. I always try and actually post like the farewell message that I've been doing the week after my post.
Last week she was telling jokes about babies and cowboy hats. So yeah, you should definitely join.
What does "in the bushes" mean? That highlighted comment.
Don't ask questions.
I'm so lost.
Is that like a reference? Is that like a YouTube slang, or is she like literally in bushes somewhere?
Knowing Shan, she's literally in the bushes right now.
Okay.
Take her, it didn't happen, Shan. Message one of us.
She's looking for idols.
She's
like, I'm not cool enough. I didn't know about fire for like years into people saying fire.
Like that's fire.
The fire emoji. Yes. Josh had to tell me about it. Usually I'm the like hip and
because
cool
he was just spouting off fire, just every other
fire.
Thing. He'd be like, "This ketchup is fire."
Yeah.
I have text friendships with people who use fire a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bailey, sorry I didn't respond. I will get back to you.
I'm definitely one of them. I do want to see the text conversation between you and Natalie. I just feel like it's very grammatically correct. Like everything's perfect.
So boring. It's like, well, they didn't nap today.
Natalie, what is your most used emoji? And then we'll jump right in.
I'm a fan of accuracy, so I'm gonna literally go and see what is my most used emoji.
It's probably just the smiley face.
I think mine is the face like laughing. This.
Oh, that one's like you're up to no good. Okay.
Really? Or I misuse emojis. I don't know.
Mine's the upside down face, like kind of creepy. We're not sure what it means.
This is third line.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mine's that purple fruit.
I'm not surprised.
Next to the peach.
The big grape.
And then there's like squirt, like the rain falling. No, mine is the laughter. I always do the ha with the tears.
Yeah.
Because basically I'm laughing at things people send me. Not in support of. I'm laughing at them.
Right, you're right. Okay.
Let's see here. Shan is literally in the bushes. There's her photo.
Camping.
Hidden.
It's gotta be camping.
Look at Annika's shaming me, making me feel so silly, and she's like keeping it real. Elaine, close. Mine's got the tears. Shan's laughing from the bushes now.
Okay.
Yeah. If anyone wants to put their most used emoji up, by all means.
Can we put that picture back up?
That
looks like Shan looks like
the lady dancing in the red dress. I really liked that one.
Oh yeah,
that's the like
salsa dancer.
Lady.
It looked.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Looks like Aurora or something from one of the Disney movies.
Yeah, you're glowing. You look great. You look great.
It's a good photo. I should get that photographer for my headshot because it's outdated.
Well, I'm gonna do one better. I'm using Shan's photo now as my.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Catfishing everyone.
Yes.
Coffee buzz.
The poop is not in my frequently used at all. I'm proud to say.
I like the face on the poop, though. I mean, look at him. Look at him.
He's a
so
clown.
happy.
He's having a good time. He's enjoying life more than we are. Oh, Elaine, please no with the fire.
Do we need to tell you what that means, Nat? No.
I get it.
Okay.
I'm hip now.
Super
All right.
hip.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
let's jump in.
Let's who's kicking us off? Who's
I
got
got you.
Cinco de
I got it.
Mayo, down to 8.
We're down to
we
8.
left off on episode 8 with a group that was split into 2 for 2 different tribal councils, right?
Yes.
Yep. So the first group were who went home from the first group? That was Rocks. Rocks. I'm done. Okay, got this. Rocks went home. It's pouring rain. They get back to camp. High's super happy that Rocksroy is out. He's acknowledging to Mike that he's thankful that Mike voted for Rocks because remember, Mike was not happy to vote for Rocks because he went against his word.
Right.
So Mike is bummed out that he went against him. Omar's liking the way things went down too, but doesn't like that Mike is upset about the result and plans on getting closer to Mike. And that's kind of when Omar kind of starts to kind of weasel his way in to Mike.
Yeah, he's totally like preying on him and being like, can you believe this? Like, that's exactly what I wanted, but it doesn't look like that's what you wanted. So that's not what I wanted anymore, but I did.
But he's not saying that. That's what's so clever. That's what I love about the social game is he identifies opportunities that I wouldn't even see. Like as just a
because you're not manipulative. I mean,
right. I'm just like an empath where I would just be like, oh,
yeah.
Mike, that sucks that you felt that way. Like, how can I make it better? I wouldn't then think, how can I manipulate Mike off of this information? Like information is power in the game. And Mike's giving him information about himself. And Omar's like,
well, yeah.
And sadly, all I see is the opportunity.
Really? God.
I'm kidding.
We need a villain on here, so I feel bad for Mike.
Of Omar.
Mike has such a soft spot, and I think in probably most of our hearts, but it's like I think it's gonna be his weakness and downfall. Like he's too trusting, and I hope
that's where it's kind of hard for players like him who are like salt of the earth, coming from like really camaraderie based fields like firefighting where your word is your life. And that's where you can't really play that way in Survivor. Like he's really playing an emotional game at this point in this episode. Well, and that's where Omar sees the opening.
I thought it was like, so one of the first lines delivered this episode was when they come back just to show like the opposite of the heartfelt Mike. One of the first lines delivered was, Hi going, I wish Rock was here to make a fire.
Oh, that's right.
It's storming. So that's the other thing I want to say, preface this with. The first half of this episode, they are going through one hell of a storm. And it's like cold, rainy. That sets, and it's kind of like, I don't know, if you were writing this as a movie, it's kind of the perfect setting for where the mood of the tribe kind of is right now.
Yeah.
It's stormy. Things are falling apart. It's cold. People are feeling desperate. They're shivering. They're shaking. And so,
we're starving. Sleep deprived.
Yes. Hi comes in. He's cracking jokes about that. They had to literally in the rain take apart and restructure their roof because the tarp was moved and the palm fronds were moved and water was leaking. So it was just a miserable place to be. They come back to a soggy camp, which when you're out in the woods in the rain, you think at least getting out from under the rain, like to a dry, even if it's a piece of bamboo, that's better than nothing. And they didn't even have that when they got back.
No.
And they're sleeping in that. It was dark at night. Like that is their home. Can you imagine waking up the next day and being like, all right, let's get at it and do the reward challenge. I'm jumping ahead, but
well, and Bailey, like kind of going back to what you were saying too about Hi. Yeah, he literally said to Mike, I wrote it down. Thank you for letting me be the driver, Mike. in this one. He was because we had just gone through that car comparison of like sometimes you're in the back seat, sometimes you're in the passenger seat, and he was like, "Yeah, thanks for letting me drive, Mike." And I was like, "Yeah, well, let's see what that means, in the long run." So
yeah.
Meanwhile, Omar's like divisively, is that the word? Like trying to separate.
Oh yeah.
Mike and Hai, and I don't know.
Yeah. Devious.
Look at this. Camilo and Dano are literally camping right now with cats.
Stop.
Wow.
That is wild.
That is so cool. They must be outdoor cats. Are there leashes involved? I need to know more.
I'm gonna need more information.
The chat room is pulling more info. Where is it? Oh, whoops, I clicked on the wrong one. Here it is. Here's Coffee Buzz asking. Wow, can't move cats.
So is this an RV situation?
Yeah.
Or
give us the deets.
What kind of cats? Like
please follow up.
Leopards. What do we got? Oh,
it's cold.
How are you feeling? We need the perspective of.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging with us, by the way.
Yeah.
Take the rain tarp off. Take the rain tarp off, and it'll make this feel just like you're a part of the show.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I'm camping with dogs, and I love it.
I'm dry as a bone.
Going on.
So yeah, I don't know. I honestly think that might be a good thing for Mike to be separated from Hai. So I think Omar might have done him a favor, but it's hard to tell because, to your point, Mike is just such a thoughtful, sweet man that it's hard to tell if he is fully there strategically or if he's playing just by like his word is his bond. Because at one point he even says like, well, I didn't make the wrong decision, or I didn't do the wrong thing. Like I didn't do him wrong. Like he was very clear to like tell other people that he's not the villain, which you don't want to be telling your like comrades in battle that. You want to be telling the jury that, because the jury is the one that's going to be like, you're right, you didn't do me wrong. But if you're telling your peers that, you're just basically telling them like, hey, the jury doesn't hate me. The jury likes me. And that's not something you want to be sharing.
His comrades right now, aren't they also future jury? Like, isn't he trying to win over the jury as it's being built? Like he's building the plane as it's in the air.
I guess.
So many layers. So many layers.
I just think you have to turn him into a jury member before you win him over fully. And I think you're right, planting seeds, but you don't want to like also be like, and the rest of the jury loves me too. So just wait till you're a part of it.
Yeah.
He's kind of saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's not a filter there. But yeah, so then after the first group comes back, the second group comes, and it's a little bit less like it's more anticlimactic. They're not as like talkative in terms of like what's being shown. At least it's mostly just Drea talking about how she played an idol. She's gonna go find an idol, and she still has a bunch of advantages, right?
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
She got a lot of treats in her pants.
Yeah. She has the knowledge is power and extra vote.
Crotch is full.
So knowledge is power essentially gives her an idol if she uses it correctly.
Right.
She's going to take that idol. So she essentially has an idol as long as she doesn't screw that up. I thought it was interesting when they got back. One of the first things that happened was Lindsay telling Omar that Jonathan has weak game. And I don't know, it's amazing. I guess Omar is brilliant, but I'm like not liking him now that he's becoming this sneaky weasel.
He's the new weasel.
I kind of love it.
I mean, it's good TV, but I can't stand him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, totally. It's such a quality I don't have that I'm just impressed by it.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, ultimately. Yeah.
Wasn't he the brain shield though of the duo?
Yeah, of Jonathan and Omar.
So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like he might be cutting ties too fast. Like,
yeah, he's really like taking every opportunity because he is really like, he's playing chess, and he's seeing the whole board, but
and remember,
are his alliance.
Remember, he he's not saying stuff to everyone. He's saying it one-on-one. So he's not actually revealing some of these thoughts and stuff.
Yeah.
He's selectively like, so as far as Jonathan's concerned, he probably thinks Omar's still in his pocket. You know what I mean? Like Omar's got people thinking, you know, he's just unassuming enough to where he's like just flying under that radar. Like,
well, he saved Jonathan a couple of tribals ago, and we'll talk about it later. Anyway.
All right. So day 18. This is the next 18. Day, right?
Yep.
And we go to daylight. Drea's again talking about her idols. She starts to go look, basically puts her hand on one, doesn't find it. They always do the like wah wah camera shot where the cameraman's like, look over here, and they're like meanwhile looking over there. And then what happens?
Marianne.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
My girl, she's still in it.
Just popping into the woods. Like,
I really have to think it's her karma, because
I'll give you that.
The innocent little gal, and like
the meek shall inherit the earth.
Yes, that's what's happening. It's all karma. Good for her, man. I thought she was going to be gone like 2 episodes ago, and she's just
still going
through.
I did think it was interesting that she was the one talking about like day 18, and you know, you don't know Survivor until you're really here in the thick of it. And it's like, this is a short season. This is not 39 days. It's 26 days. And she's already talking like it would be not even halfway through a full Survivor season. And she's already talking like she's, you know, a veteran.
Yeah.
Like it's already wearing on her. But really, I think Hai put it great where he's talking about like, I didn't, you know, have a great childhood and whatever. He didn't really elaborate, but he's like, this is a finite situation. We know at most there's going to be 26 days and then we're done. Like he just has a good mental perspective of like, this sucks in the moment, but I know there's only like less than 2 weeks left, really.
And I didn't, again, this is me like picking up from having watched a long time ago. So there's so much that I don't know, but I thought it was interesting when they actually said like, so when 2 idols are usually played that quickly, one ends up back in the game. And so they knew to look. I would have, if I was out there right now, I would not have had the slightest clue to look. So is that always happens, Greg? When
I mean, generally, even if just one is played, one goes back in. But the fact that there was 3 possible to play, I was surprised. I would have been surprised if 2 went back. Who knows? Maybe there are 2, and we just don't know that yet. But I suspect that it's 1, and it could even be that like Tree Mail tells them that or something. But you got to watch your Survivor to know at least like some of the predictable things that are going to happen.
Sure. One quick thing I'll add
when you go out there, Josh.
So Drea like touches the idol, and we're all like, oh, like right in the cruises. And then Marianne, it pans over to her. She's like, let's do a fire making competition. And she was genuinely looking for stuff to make a fire. That's the innocent piece. I'm just she's just out there doing her thing. And
she's a delight.
Karma is just touching her like, yes, child, here you go.
Speaking of looking at the big picture, something that just I couldn't stop thinking about, and I had to bring it up with you guys. So Marianne gets the idol, looks at it all excited, then like turns away from the camera and is like shirt up, underwear like 10 feet out, and is just slamming it in there. So my thing is, that's the only pocket they've got. Like every idol has got to be funky at this point. Like,
right.
I mean, if I was like Jeff, I'd be like, does anybody want to use their idol? I am Jeff. I'd be like, put it on the table.
And he's just like,
put it on the table. No, don't put it on the table. I don't want it. Don't hand it to me.
Do they wash it between uses?
No. Oh, you mean before they rehide it?
Right.
I
think they just put a new idol in play.
A brand new one.
Yeah. Something tells me these things aren't $100 items that they're stringing together chicken bones and
but
wine.
they sell them. They sell them afterwards. So if you want to get
actual idols.
I think you can. I know you can buy the buffs. I'm pretty sure you can buy idols. There's like all sorts of
stuff.
No,
but I'm saying the actual ones used in the show.
Yeah, there's a lot
of actual one in Marianne's pants.
That's the same dude buying girls' underwear and farting in a jar.
So wait. So you're saying you don't want to see my idol collection?
Hey folks, we gotta go. We will see you all next week.
That's gross.
I don't have an idol collection.
And then, thanks, Lane.
I think that's actually from a little bit ago, but I'm pulling it up now. Okay. I'm making her laugh at our stuff. Yeah. Actually, I can just use it all the time. I can just say any dumb thing. Hey guys, it's me. It's Josh. I feel like a carrot tonight. Yeah. You always got my back, Elaine. You're so sweet.
Canned laughter. Love it.
Yeah, so this kind of launches us straight into our big reward challenge for this week. These are exciting now because for one, you know, it's everyone's kind of on their own now, you know, and so it's fun to see where things land. I know we all think that it's going to be Jonathan every time, but maybe not. So this week was they didn't use puzzle, thank goodness. So basically every person had a stick with like a platform that they had to hold, a sandbag that sat on it, and then everything they're about to do, they have to do without the sandbag falling off. So they had to run through an obstacle course. Actually, they actually had to run through an obstacle course first, get to that sandbag, untie a rope that's been knotted like 20 times, then take that, carry it over a balance beam like teeterboard thing that as you walk, the teeterboard falls down on the other side and you can walk down it. And then finally, they get to a spot where they could stand on a platform and they have to toss it out and land it on a thing that's not much wider than the sandbag itself. Thing I like about these things is it's anyone's game. You know what I mean? Like this isn't something where Jonathan is necessarily going to have a huge, leg up, but he still was the first one there to start tossing his bag.
Totally.
And something I saw, and I'll get your guys' thoughts on it, but like one thing I noticed, and he did this before, is of course the strong carrying things and pulling yourself up, he's always going to excel. But even he is always so quick at unknotting ropes. Have you guys noticed that? And like
he's good at everything.
Even this one, he was just like, whoa, and like you would think his hands, it would be like, oh, he's got sausage fingers, and it's, you know, the girl with the little nimble fingers is flying through it, and it's like, nope, it's amazing. And
he like waved his little magic wand and just went over. No, he's proven himself clearly in every single challenge, reward, immunity, like he's killing the damn game. Like,
this is a reward, so I should say what the reward is. Reward is this is what we're told at first, one person will get to go have hot pizza, cold beer in a warm hut, and you're going to spend the night there. Remember, we're in storm right now, and so you're going to spend the night in a shelter with pillows and blankets, and as Jeff Probst pointed out, probably the last opportunity you have in this game to get a decent night's sleep. So this is like golden. From a winning standpoint, this is one of the most important, in my opinion, at this point in the game to win.
For
sure.
I mean, it's
the reset. When they show up, it's pouring rain, it's windy, it's cold, it's thundering. People are shaking. They're like showing Marianne's hands, like shaking.
Just looks painful.
Jeff is like, "How we doing?" No one says a word because they're just like, "Don't talk to me. Don't speak." And I think it was Mike that said, "Rough night. We're just playing a game." So everyone's not in the mood.
No. By the way, Camille guys put photos up on our Instagram. Camille, drop us an Instagram handle in here so we can all go look.
Yeah.
And see them in a tent with cats.
Yeah.
And if you're okay with it, I'll try to figure out a way to get it up here. We'll figure out a way.
We need to see the cats. We'll see.
So guys, they go and they start competing, and what happens during this competition?
Even before that, they start in the water, so they're freezing and they're cold. So there's that piece. They like have to swim. They're all at their little flag stands.
The waves are waving.
They showed high, and the water's like splashing his face. It's like right here, and he's like, "Dude, I'm just trying to like stand." And so Jeff goes, "Ready, set, go," and they start swimming. Jonathan's obviously the first.
He like walks over the over part and just
just one big leap
under the under part.
Yeah.
Gets his sandbag off, to your point, with his nimble little fingers.
Yeah. But shortly he's joined by at least 5 others. And there's a moment where people are tossing, and as Jeff Probst shouted out, this is anyone's game right now. Literally, this will end at
one bag.
Moment.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't
one bag.
Bags. It was one bag needs to land.
I think the people that were competing, it was so Jonathan, and then it was High, Lindsay, and then Drea showed up. So it was really those 4 were the main.
High almost won it like right off the bat. He like landed it and then it rolled off, rimmed out.
And these tables are small. It's like cocktail table, but like in half, or not even like maybe in quarter or something. It's like this big.
It's like the size of a dinner plate.
Yeah.
Spinning on a stick. And then Jonathan gets 2 more throws. We think he's gonna hit it. Then they do kind of the like, oh, is it? Nope. Is it? Nope. And then finally, Lindsay gets it.
Lindsay.
And her first one.
She's an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude.
She's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I think technically she's still my and Bailey's vote right now to go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Trying to screen grab this, guys, to share.
Mine was voted on. Daniel Strunk.
So Lindsay wins. And
Jeff, that's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah. Where the next part?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Bailey, lay it out.
Jeff lets her choose somebody to go with her to get the pizza, to get voted off, to get the pizza, to get the cold beer, to get the sanctuary, which means pillows, shelter, blankets, warmth in general.
But it also means that person is separated from the group as well, but then you're also picking that person over all the other people. So a lot rides on these decisions, and games have been won or lost based on them. So like as soon as they introduce this into a season, that's when things get crazy for sure. And so people always have like their reasoning for why they would do it.
So she picks Omar. Omar because he hasn't won a reward challenge yet, which I think is a incredibly strategic, perfect choice. You know, these people when they go in, I'm trying to think of their mindset as they're going. Like, if I get to choose someone, this is who I'm going to pick. You know, they're not just not impulsive. They know.
That's such an easy out, and it's so lame. And there's got to be more to it. And I wish that they would have gone to like an interview of why she actually picked Omar, because they always say that, but like,
they're not really sharing her thoughts.
Yeah, no. I feel like we're seeing a different side of Lindsay this episode, where she's like a little more in control. We'll get to the other stuff later, obviously, but.
Well, it opens with her complaining about Jonathan not listening to her. So her main allies, she's kind of on the fence about.
Yeah. I will shout out Omar, because as soon as he gets chosen, he says, "Is there pineapple on the pizza?" And I would like to know, for anyone in the chat, are you pineapple on pizza people? Because I totally am. Greg, no.
I thought I did not like pizza until kindergarten, because I only thought pizza had pineapple on it. The first time I was put in front of a pepperoni pizza, it blew my mind, and haven't looked back.
Your opinion is wrong. You're wrong.
Hey, I love pizza. I love pineapple. I don't love them together. especially the canned stuff. It's always
Bailey,
the canned stuff.
If you and Kyle come over and we don't barbecue burgers and instead order pizza, there will be a black olive and pineapple pizza because that's Wally's pizza.
What? My dude.
He likes the salty and the sweet. And
same. That's my thing. I like sea salt caramel ice cream. He's sweet and salty.
Yeah.
On your pizza?
Yeah, on the pizza. You pile it high. Yeah. No for you.
Pile it high.
Elaine's on my team. Well, I like it.
Bailey, do you like the black olive with it?
I'm not an olive fan, but they don't like gross me out where I'm like, I cannot eat this pizza. They're easy to pluck off, no biggie. And then Kyle can get the extras or something. It's no big deal. So I want to share a pizza with Wally. That's really the goal in life here.
Yeah, it's a good goal. It's a good goal.
Honey, should I show a picture of Wally with his pizza from this weekend?
Yes.
Well, not duh. You can't say no now.
While I'm loading up some pictures of Camille camping, I'll give you.
While you do that, these people are starving on a beach, cold.
Got a lot of nose on the pineapple.
So there's two selected, right?
There's two selected.
Well,
there's Omar. There's Lindsay.
Omar, Lindsay, and then. And of course, Jeff pulls the well, we can't just have two.
No, Greg.
That's right.
He was
normal.
Was down with two going. Well, she spoke up and said, "Can I take one more person?" And he went, "Yeah, go for it." Because him, he's like, "Stir the pot, let's go." Who? Let's see you pick someone else now in front of everyone else. As they're all shivering and they're like, "Oh my God, please, dear God, please pick me."
That's true. And, that's true. I remember that.
She goes for. Immediately says Mike and says, Mike also hasn't had a reward. I don't know. To me, that's definitely like with those two. I'm like, okay, you want to have a conversation with those two. Yes, they didn't have rewards, but they also if you're anyone playing the game, you go, okay,
those are the
right.
Two. I kind of wish they would have done a little one-off with Jonathan, like right after when they go back to camp, and they don't. We'll get there, but I would like to hear his thoughts because I feel like he would have for sure picked Lindsay.
Right.
That'd be interesting to see like who everyone would have picked if they'd pull everyone aside, like in the moment. Like you win, who would you pick?
Or what about before the reward challenge? You have to pick who it is. You don't know what you win. You don't know anything. You just have to pick the person.
Oh, tell Jeff that.
Let's talk about stirring the pot.
Tweet that to Jeff. He's gonna love that.
Because it is interesting too that it'd be funny if they asked them after they found out who was picked and they're like, well, I wouldn't pick that bitch, but like
yeah. So then it cuts to a consumer cellular commercial, and I wrote that down because it has Boston Rob and Amba on it, and I just love a good survivor couple that is still in love, still living, still laughing, still loving.
I love their success story too.
And Boston Rob has a show now, so that's fun to watch. It's on some like obscure channel that I picked up on Roku.
I love it.
Y'all need to check that out. Anyway.
Love it.
So commercial's over and they go back to camp, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Marianne is at this point is like twitching because they're sitting in like this pile of rain.
Taking cold. Yeah.
And then Romeo gets on and starts talking about how you do not get it when you're watching the show.
Yeah.
How cold it is. And I don't know if I've ever been that cold. I've had moments where like I've been skiing all day and it was raining and I had to be out, and because I used to do ski patrol, and like I'm just sitting in the rain all day. And I go back and I'm like, is this what Survivor's like? But I just don't think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I've been that cold and I never want to be that cold again.
This is like consistent. They can't dry off. It's not like they can like pop in and be like, quick dry off, change of clothes. They're in the same clothes.
Yeah.
I think Romeo said it was like 1,000 knives. And like that to me was a good analogy. I was like, ooh.
And that's the thing too, is it's compound cold. You've been in it, you're still in it. Like that's when your muscles and your bones start to hurt. Like I don't know if you've spent like that kind of time outside. Just even one day, your body starts to hurt.
It's exhausting. Yeah.
And then to their point, you don't have a warm place to go.
Yeah.
You don't have that light at the end of the tunnel to be like, well, I'll be warm tonight, or I'll be warm in 20 minutes, or I can just go get in the car and nope.
Endless.
Yeah. It's a lot of mental peace, which I think is why they then panned over to High, where he shares this, heartfelt story. It's taken him back.
And in my notes,
roots.
I was just like, is High going this episode or what?
Yeah, that was an
backstory on High.
Right.
When they show the kid pictures, you're like,
Days are numbered.
Yeah, just make it really sad. But okay, so before we go to the hut or sanctuary, as it's called, a couple things. First of all, Camille, I got your photos pulled up. So there they are. And
no joke.
Show. She's watching us live. This is us on.
That is incredible.
Oh my god!
Here's Camille all snug. Look at, she's got a cat keeping her warm.
That's, you guys are so cute.
I love it.
What
I have to say, you said you're camping, but then you said you're in a house. So
no, they're in a tent. House cats. House cats.
They're house cats.
House cat in a tent.
And then here's Wally from this weekend. He was really excited because we found a pizza place that put a whole piece of pineapple on his pizza.
Oh, look at sweet baby. Okay.
That's like a commercial for them.
That is a commercial. Is he pointing or is he like,
he's pointing like because we were sending a photo to mom. It was Father's Sunday. We went to the Lego store. We actually met Greg at the Lego store.
I love it.
Then we went and got lunch. So funny side story because this show has so many side stories. For some reason, I told him a million times this is not the case, but because we met Greg there the first time, so Wally is fully convinced that is Greg's Lego store. He owns the Lego store. So he refers to it as Greg's store. And then 90% of the time we go there, Greg meets us there. And so Wally's like, oh, hey. And
he works there.
But when he hasn't been there, he's left messages for Greg saying that the staff was good and the store was clean and stuff.
He's leaving 5-star reviews.
Yeah. Giving an update.
That is
he keeps an eye on it.
Do you show him around the store? Like, yes, this way is our Star Wars.
No, Josh will vouch for me. I don't play into it to the point where I'm psychologically lying to this kid. I think it's just fun to play along with it a little bit. And
I like it. You're no Omar.
He just loves. Yeah, exactly. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to separate Wally and Josh. And so
brutal.
You're worse than Omar.
No, that's impossible.
Yeah. Greg is the sneakiest, the weaseliest weasel.
The weaseliest weasel. This is something High would do.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Sanctuary.
Yes.
Sanctuary.
Pizza and beer is waiting. I'm not a big beer fan. If I do have beer, it's got to be super weedy. I can't do the IPAs. But I bet you that is probably tastes so good when you've been out there. Oh yeah. My God. That would be amazing.
100%.
I was power washing last night and got soaked, not survivor soaked, but still wet and cold. And you're working and you're just tired. And for some reason, a beer just sounds good. Yeah. I'm not even a big Pilsner guy. And I was just I have a Pilsner. I'm going to drink a Pilsner. And I can only imagine how wonderful that is. I mean, it's like the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's a regular staple. Yeah. But it's so different when you want it that bad.
Yeah. And just so familiar in this foreign place. Yeah. Totally.
Mike said he's going to eat pizza until it comes out of his ears, which I've done there. That's actually how I eat pizza every time.
I was going to say, isn't that how you're supposed to eat pizza every time?
Yeah. That's what I thought of. I thought of the Greg, your feast or famine comment last episode of they're starving and then they just gorge themselves. They can't stop. Just what is this doing to their tummies?
Yeah, they needed a dietitian right there just to be and that's the one that's gonna kill you right there.
Probably should stop. Yeah.
You're gonna have a rough night.
Especially dairy,
All right, let's just keep talking about poop last week.
There's the poop emojis.
Okay.
But anyway, going back to something familiar in a foreign place. Then we see we hear sounds.
It's like this.
Yeah. And then projections on the rocks, and it's, you know, the videos from the family that they're being shown.
I don't recall ever seeing that in any episode of Survivor ever.
Really?
It was well done. I liked it.
Oftentimes they'll bring people, like they'll bring the family members, and then a majority of the seasons they've like written letters, and you see like them reading. They either earn it or buy it or come across a letter.
This is the COVID twist.
I think so.
Greg, I bet you that's it. I bet you they said we would love to have you here, we can't, so we need to send a video. And
did they not to skip too far ahead because we can come back, but did they go back and tell people about it, or was it just kind of like a special?
I didn't hear about it.
I'm sure they did, but they didn't show us the moment of like, I saw my family.
Right.
It was beautiful. It was really cool.
It was really beautiful. I was bawling. I may or may not have been bawling watching Survivor. I'm like, what is going on?
Like Mike's kids and like, oh gosh, seeing Mike younger with his little kids and
So it was
Mike's wife,
parents, Omar's girlfriend, and Mike's wife.
Natalie and I were joking. She was saying that she's gonna audition to go on the show right now. Well, we have a 1-year-old.
Because there was like before the commercial break, it was like audition for Survivor, and I was like,
yeah.
And so I said, your video would be, she's crying. She hasn't stopped for weeks. You are selfish. You should be home right now. That's what you would start.
Our daughter's 18 months old.
Natalie, you're selfish. Like echoing in the forest and like what? And then, oh, it's my children. Oh, and
Eddie will never forgive you.
Really pissed.
And Josh is just like more destroyed.
Katie and Wally's crying. Yeah.
Just chaos. The house is falling apart behind
Wally's actually just banging his head on the wall in the corner.
And I'm just eating pizza. Oh, look at my family. It would still be a break, guys. It would still be a break.
Yeah.
From the 4-year-old and the 1-year-old.
Totally.
And Mike in Mike fashion said it was one of the greatest gifts he's ever received.
I know.
Yeah, the best. Which could, I mean, for him especially, being so connected to people, like those are his people.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Natalie and I talk about this all the time with all of these kind of shows where it's like midway season, they get the family letter, or like Hell's Kitchen, you know, they're there 2 weeks and all of a sudden they're bawling because they haven't seen their wife in 2 weeks. Yeah. Natalie and I are like, chill. Like, it's a 30-day commitment. You're fine. Day 15, you're not breaking down. And if you are, we need to talk about like your mental health.
That's fair.
I don't know. I think it's kind of, I mean, granted, they're a little shaken up because they're overly tired and hungry and stuff.
That's what gets it. That's what does it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would be bawling. I was bawling. I don't even know these people.
Yeah, Bailey was crying and she wasn't even there. She was crying last night.
Literally. As I was watching, I was like, am I good?
Okay, but everything wasn't sweet in the sanctuary. Old sneaky weaselly weasel Omar was up to no good.
Wow.
And he tosses out there one of the biggest lies, and that's kind of what CBS has titled this show about, was he tells Mike, hey, Hyde told me you're his puppet. And oh my God. I mean, talk about knowing the right thing to say to the right guy.
Yeah.
Boy, did that send Mike off. And Mike, who is Mr. Honest and upfront and everything, had zero reason to believe that Omar was lying. And Omar or Hyde already was kind of a contentious friendship where he thought, of course he said that. This son of a bitch. I know he's thinks that.
Yeah, he just cut Roxroy. He's going to cut me next. So that only makes sense. Omar's a smart player.
What did you guys think about that moment?
Dangerous. Oh, I couldn't believe that he had just made it up, because up to this point he's been like pulling levers and stuff, but not. I don't recall him this season like straight up just lying about something.
Yeah,
it was just
when he said it, I believed it. I was like, wait, when did he say that? And I was like, and then they cut it.
More to the show. There's more to Hyde, and then it was like, oh, he's just made that up.
And that's when I was like, oh, Omar, I don't know. I can get down with you anymore.
It's true to Mike's personality, the way that he reacted and the way that he responded, but it did lose a point for me in terms of like his gameplay.
Yeah.
For him to just like blatantly, but that's who he is. Like he's playing as his honest himself. Like it's not.
And
he's gonna win some. He's gonna lose some.
And Omar is playing it as he's playing for the W, and
100%.
It's just that's the kind of move that's bold and can probably get you a couple rounds of what you want. But I do think there will be a couple jury members back at camp that are now in a hotel sitting around all day waiting for these idiots out in the forest to finish the game, and they start chatting and all of a sudden making amends and then going, hey, did you say that? No, that son of a bitch. All right. We are going to destroy him if he gets
back. Yeah.
I also think about the times that Mike will like watch all of this and he's going to be heartbroken. I think about this often.
I know. He was played as a pawn.
Yeah. So it would be fun to watch with the people that were on it. Like when Drea is like reaching for that idol at the beginning. Like,
I don't feel as bad for her because she's already got 3 other things in her crush.
Yeah, but just to be.
Speaking of people with things, Lindsay then shares that she has the amulet with Omar. And
was that a smart move on her part?
Was that what?
A smart move on her part?
I mean, I think it built a relationship with both of them like very quickly. Not that she didn't have it, but it like.
Well,
I think she's grasping.
It would have built a relationship with Omar if he was the guy she thinks he is. But really what she did was she just gave the weaselly sea weasel another piece of advice or a piece of knowledge that he would use against her in a heartbeat.
So and as a reminder, guys, so Lindsay has the amulet, so does Hai and Drea. If all 3 decide to use it at the same, they have to do it all at the same time. They have an extra vote. This is what Lindsay shares with them, by the way. If there's only 2 of them left, then she gets to steal a vote. And if there's only 1 left, so just her or just Hai or just Drea, there's a hidden immunity. They get a hidden immunity.
It's an idol.
Or an idol. Yeah.
Which gives further incentive to anybody looking at Hai, Drea, or Lindsay. And like, should we vote them or them tonight? And then it's like.
So her getting rid of Hai made it more powerful for her and Drea.
So my question is, do the 3 of them have to agree to use it?
That's what she said. Yeah, that's
what. So.
Or
because I was or can you just use it and go, I'm using it first, and there's 3 of us here. This is what it does.
I think they can just use it. Their piece just becomes more powerful when the other people get knocked out.
Okay.
So I think it's like a tiered thing. I don't know that they like.
Yeah, the way Lindsay said it was that they all have to agree, but she was maybe is wrong.
I think I think it's what Greg said. I think.
Mm-hmm. So potentially all 3 of them could do the same power right now if they all used it right now.
They would all have an extra vote. I don't think so though, because Survivor's pretty good about just explaining things.
That's true.
It's been
confusing
if we had
from the start.
Misexplained it, they would have not shown that to us,
Yeah.
We will research it before next week's show.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I learned that when I researched something else. I can't remember now, but I was like, oh, of course it's the obvious answer, because they wouldn't have left
the shot in the dark. You researched the shot in the dark.
Right.
That's right.
They wouldn't have left room for like a gray area.
Yeah. That's true.
That's true.
And actually, because money's online and it's a game show, I think like by law they actually have to have everything super tight. The rules, because it is.
Yeah,
and they probably would have told Lindsay like, "We love what you said, but we're going to reshoot it because you explained it wrong. So this is what it actually does. Go tell them again."
I want to see more behind the scenes.
Yeah, but if you, or they'd correct it in like an interview, but. I feel like if I got advantages, I'd be lying about what they are the whole time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And or if it was a disadvantage that I got, I'd just be like, yeah, I got this advantage. It's this. And like you just leave out the disadvantage part. Like you never show people your
yeah,
but
that just seems like what you do. You know what I mean? So
hey, Greg, calm down. I already picked you to come have pizza. And now you're working me, bro. No, I really don't so early in the game, I don't see the advantage of sharing your personal advantages.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, and maybe it's because I've been in sales a long time. It's a negotiation tool. Like I would hold that so far as long as I can in my pocket until I'm absolutely need it to help me make a move that tribal and go, guys, you can't vote for me because I have an idol and I will play it right now. So now what's our plan B? Who are we picking? You know what I mean? Or whatever, if I had to save myself or something.
Yeah. So they get a lot done in that reward.
Yeah. And she shares too that she's conflicted with Jonathan because he thinks he has power and she doesn't like to be told what to do. And it just pans over to the immunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so we're kind of, it takes us over to to our immunity.
Immunity challenge.
Immunity challenge. They've got the perch. It's another balancing act. This time with
my favorite.
Like arrow or a bow rather that they balance a ball on while they're standing on the perch, balancing on the perch.
Narrow perch.
It gets narrower. There's 3 tiers, so they start at the top and then it gets narrower and narrower. And
the time goes up. The time goes up too. So it's like 10 minutes,
5,
10, 30. And then 30 on the most narrow that they're gonna have to stand on those spots. Yeah, and that bow, it's a wooden bow, like a bow-shaped track. So and there's a handle, so you've got the hand. I feel like every time I end up demonstrating.
Yeah, where's your toilet paper?
Hold on. This ain't the best thing. Here we go. We got something here. So I got.
Here's the side angle.
No, I got it, guys. I actually have something.
I've got it. I want to see what else is on that floor. What do you got?
Okay.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's perfect, actually. Yeah.
I'm holding this, and then I put a ball on top. And my handle is here. So I'm actually holding it
under it.
This.
So, which means that from the side, it can go forward or backwards, which is important, I think.
And it's sloped. So here it's traveling kind of slow until it starts picking up speed here, and they got to hurry up and try to get it. And that's the whole game, is trying to keep your ball here. Yep. But as soon as it starts rolling, and it starts getting wilder and picks up speed. And
Jonathan was rocking and rolling the whole time, I felt like.
Dude.
Yeah.
He was
immediately
like
Mike and High are
ninja.
out. Mike and High last less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, literally less than a minute. Yeah,
and it took out people pretty fast. A lot of these seem to take out like the first third, like in the first minute.
Yeah.
Mike's out, High's out, Romeo, Omar. Yep. So then it's just Marianne, Lindsay, Jonathan, and Drea.
Then they get a break. So they get their break, which is actually really nice to be able to step down, reposition, get back on. They don't always let you like disengage from the challenge to reset yourself. Sometimes you have to like walk down the thing with the ball on the thing or whatever. So it's cool that they gave a little bit of a break.
Yeah. And Jonathan fully stepped down. Lindsay stayed on the platform thing. But
maybe helped. I noticed that some people were holding it like this and some people were holding it like this.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
What would you do?
I would not have done this. I would have done this.
Yeah, I would have done this.
This feels more natural to me.
I think it's like a steering wheel, right?
Yeah, I would be here. So Natalie, are you the outlier?
Although you can probably, Natalie, you might be right. I think you could maybe get more rotation.
This just more feels awkward to go that. Like I would feel more comfortable in this position longer than in this position.
Yeah, I think that might be the way to do it. I was genuinely curious, like what I would do. I don't know.
Squad at the chat. Is it palm down or palm up?
Hey, here's one for you.
Oh,
yeah, like a sword.
No. Just fly
and
off.
You just play one side, and you just put one side high.
So I'll say this. The couple things are going on. Lindsay was keeping the ball pretty steady and it not moving.
Like it was frozen.
Jonathan was getting props, but only because his ball was going all over the place and he was saving it a lot. He was skillfully saving it a lot. But in this challenge, that's not where you want to be. You don't want to be constantly fighting, keep that
No.
ball up. You
No.
want that to stay as still as possible. So Lindsay, in my opinion, was killing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Lindsay and Drea were stable. And
Now,
ultimately, Drea dropped, and it was down to Jonathan and Lindsay. And then Jonathan dropped, and Lindsay clinched it a second time in a row.
yeah,
Wow,
and
we got
people need to
some
notice that.
really excited people.
Oh,
Here's
I
the thing.
did.
Although to your point, Josh, Lindsay was doing a good job of holding still like a stone, like statue. I do think that mentally it's almost better to have a little bit of play. So I think one way or the other, like I think that plays more to Jonathan's strength to like actually keep the ball in motion. So he's like moving his body and focus on it. Whereas if he tries to like keep that, 250-pound solid rock body like frozen, he's gonna like cramp up and then like
that
throw it or
250-pound solid rippling body.
Yeah.
Muscle.
And he had the experience of recovery, which because my concern was Lindsay was so still that the second the ball moved, she wouldn't know what to do. She wouldn't know how to
kind of got a
react.
feel for it. You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And then he was like it was almost like he was like juggling the ball, like throwing it up and like putting the bow behind his back and like and then at one time he was like on one
Which he
leg.
wasn't. Which he wasn't.
He was not, by the way.
But it was like that.
It was
And at
like
one point he was on one leg, like fully balancing.
As he fell off. He fell off, Greg.
And then
so
exactly, and he fully extends his arm, and I'm like, if he saves that ball, this guy is invincible.
Yeah.
And there is no stopping Jonathan.
And even Drea whispers like, "Oh, he's great recovery." Mike's like, "How's he doing this? Like he's watching a magician or something." It was
superhuman.
fun to hear the commentary.
Yeah, and by the way, I worked in circuses. As soon as he fully extended, I was like, he's out. Like there's no coming back.
It was. I saw Camille and Dano in the chat. They said his feet took him out. I agree. Like his feet were huge. He couldn't even stand.
Yeah.
What matters?
It was like this was the bar, and his feet were like just like giant.
Yep.
Yeah, which
wins the immunity.
Some people really appreciated those big feet.
You know what big feet mean?
I do.
Big
it
eyes.
means that I have a hard time finding shoes.
Yeah. Big shoes.
So Mike is ecstatic though that Lindsay wins. He was like, "I'm just happy that High didn't win. The king will be dethroned tonight." Were his words. Dun, 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 dun.
And that means Lindsay won 2 challenges in a row.
This was the Lindsay show.
This is the Lindsay show right now. And
which they're going to start noticing that.
I know that's the only thing is like, as soon as you rise up, chop you off. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Okay. So then they go back to camp, and one of the 2 people that lasted the longest should be like laid up, maybe even like in the hot tub or out in the ocean, like doing some therapy. Asks everyone if they've seen his monkey run.
Okay, this made me laugh.
I had to rewind it. I was like,
2 points away for me, for Jonathan.
Points away?
Away. Yes.
I was impressed. That added points for me.
Chat, did it add points or take away points?
He did like an actual sideways forward motion run, full speed.
On all fours, like the way a monkey does. On all fours.
Yes.
That's the thing is, I thought he was going to do I could do kind of a monkey walk thing with the hands up. And
I've seen it.
I thought he was going to do it.
In the Lego store.
Yeah, you got to stop doing that at my store, dude.
And actually, that's just how I walk around the office too. But no, but when he went to all fours, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, we're in Planet of the Apes right now, and they're attacking. Like,
yeah, you know what?
Like,
he has practiced that so many times. He's practiced this like in his living room. I just pictured him practicing, and it was so unattractive to me. I was like, this guy's in his apartment, like doing monkey walk.
Elaine is with you, Bailey.
I think I might have used to live below Jonathan. Now that I think back to an apartment back in college where it sounded like they were monkey running all the time.
It's not
with
bowling.
Like high heels on. Yeah,
monkey running.
Jeez.
Oh,
looks like the ladies are not with the down with the monkey run. So boys, you're thinking about courting a girl.
Yeah. Don't do
Don't run up to her as a monkey and ask her to prom. It ain't gonna
work. How I felt about the monkey run is when they panned over to High's face, and his face was that of disgust. I was like, honestly, I've never sided with High more. I was like, I agree. I agree.
So there, obviously, we're back at camp where now it's a mad scramble between everybody to decide who's going. And one of the moments, you guys are probably have more to say, but the one moment I just want to talk about is Omar pulls Jonathan aside, is chatting with him, and is basically like, okay, yeah. So we're together on this. Oh, totally. Then Omar turns away. Jonathan goes walking this way. Omar turns to the camera and goes, and I was like, what is going on with that look? This like sassy little catty bitchy look. I was dying. Just
there was a lot of back and forth back at camp. It was like maybe 30-second back and forth of like everyone talking to everyone. I was over here like computing like who hasn't talked to who.
Is that where the conversation took place? Like in the shed or in the covered area, like right by the people?
No, they were on the trail. Like there's a trail spot that we've seen. I'm not quite sure. It might be to the water. Yeah. We've seen that trail position a lot. People talking on that spot, so it must be like right by the water or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a heavy trafficked area. Mm-hmm. There may even be a camera just there permanently that picks up a shot right there. Yeah. But they had a conversation there. Everyone's going, who at this point, who are we being led to believe? Because we always go in with at least two people that we think they're going to vote out. Mm-hmm. Who are our two, or at least our two right now that's being put on the chopping block?
Jonathan and High.
Yep.
So there's all these mini conversations going on. Mike and High proposes to get rid of Jonathan. And then it pans over to Mike saying, I'm not anyone's puppet. Then Mike and Jonathan chat and shares that High plans to get rid of Jonathan. Lots of cattiness going on. And Jonathan wants to get High out. Drea and Lindsay are talking.
Yep.
And they say they want to get High out.
And when they're talking, if I may note, I love it that Drea brought up, like, my husband's going to be watching this. And this is going to be like that moment. And she kind of looked off like, he's watching me right now. And I need to make the right choice based on like all the information I have. And I really think she's like thinking about things. And she's a strong player. Yeah.
Drea,
anyway, keep breaking it down.
You're fine.
This is great. This is great.
That's a good addition for sure. That matters. And it was really endearing, I thought.
Yeah. And the thing is strategically speaking, Jonathan and High both made sense depending on where you were sitting and kind of what you thought. Because they brought up a great thing. Jonathan, they're like, he's a moment away from going on a winning streak here on idol challenges. Like he could get immunity the rest of the show. It's not inconceivable to think he could do it. And then there goes your chance to take this dude down. Like this might be our one chance to go for it. It was super compelling to hear them go, High, Jonathan. Obviously, I'm a Jonathan fan over High, but I get from a game standpoint why you would want to go for Jonathan. So I was totally like going into this one going, where are we going? Where are we going? Like it was super compelling.
And just impressed by Omar. I mean, you got to be.
Dude,
he's in the middle of it all.
As much as I can't stand him now, he's so good at playing.
He's really good at it.
He's really good at it.
Well, I thought one more highlight from the back at camp was Jonathan and High talking, and High lied and said he has an idol and found it in the well, like at the bottom of the well, and plans to get out Romeo. And then it goes to Jonathan and Omar, and Jonathan shared what High just told Jonathan, and Omar and Jonathan both agree, like, oh, he's lying. Like it was like not even a thought. It was an immediate okay. Another one.
Meanwhile, High's in his interview saying like, oh yeah, I just like let them know that they're so safe, and this is kind of what I do. And it's like that snake on Jungle Book where he's just like thinking that he's so good at hypnotizing them.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, not strong enough, dude. Don't get me wrong. Hai's done great up until now, but I don't think he has all his stories straight. And I don't think he has enough information like Omar does to actually manipulate people.
Yeah. He's just like, cocky.
Case in point, Romeo, who is like, I only trust you.
Yep.
And we see in the end that Romeo's one of two people that did not,
vote for Hai. Yeah.
He did not get the memo.
We'll get there.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Romeo is so out of the loop.
I know.
Wouldn't you guys at this part of the game? I don't know. I think I would let people catch out of the corner of their eye, me look around, pick something up, and put it in my pants. I'd be putting putting so many sticks and leaves and twigs and rocks in my shorts. I'd be jingling when I walked. I would definitely be jingling when I walked. I would want them thinking, "Oh my God, Josh has an arsenal. He could just."
I love it. Some rocks falling. What did you say, Nat?
Oh, I love it when they make an idol, like just out of like twigs.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a while.
That's funny.
And it's always fun.
Like, I got this idol.
Yeah.
But the end of the camp makes us kind of believe that then Jonathan's on the chopping block. It was like Omar thinking like, oh, what if Jonathan does run away with the, with all the immunities? And Lindsay's like,
nail biter.
Yeah. And Lindsay even chimes in and is like, I feel like he's just one immunity away from slipping through.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she's done 2 in a row. Like, don't try and call the kettle black when you're like the one that's winning.
That's true.
I was trying to write down some quotes for Tribal that they were saying. So one of the things right off the bat is Lindsay pointed out, like, this is a time of low lows and high highs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were talking about this earlier, just emotionally, they're so frayed and hungry and stuff that they were talking about, like in one moment you are so low and the next minute you're on this like euphoric high because you won a immunity challenge and you're having pizza or something. Like, it's amazing how emotionally it's such a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I think Hai made a really good comparison. He said it's like being long distance runners, but with blindfolds. So you have to run this long distance, and so you have to pace yourself. But you don't know who's ahead, who's behind. You have zero. I thought that was a really good way of talking about survival.
He also did the car thing, right?
Yeah.
He's the analogy guy.
Omar then had an analogy about being a vet, like the decisions you have to make as a vet. I was like, wow, there were like 14 analogies in this tribal council. I appreciate it.
Which is helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, and
you don't know your outcome until you've made your decision in veterinary life as in Survivor.
Yeah. And Marianne then gives us Survivor Jenga, talking about when to pull a certain piece, and do I pull this piece because someone else might need it later? And like it was actually kind of a good one too. Like, there was a lot of good you could tell they're sitting out in the forest with nothing to do during the day.
Yeah.
These people are thinking.
She goes off for like what was probably 5 minutes. They edited it down to 1, and then Jeff's like, Jonathan, did you track that? And he goes, yes.
Yeah, I love how he just basically calls out, Jonathan, you're dumb. Did you get that?
I know.
Jonathan is so annoyed. He's like, I'm done with this. I'm done with Marianne. You can read his face while she's talking.
He's heard her so much.
Yep. Got it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No, Marianne, could you elaborate? No.
Please don't.
Got it.
Let's talk about the cryptic message from Lindsay. So Jeff to Lindsay basically goes, what's your plan tonight? Like, what's your strategy? And Lindsay says that everything's about evening the playing field so everyone has a fair shot.
I thought for sure
Jonathan's face really like melt.
Yeah. But then I believe it was Hai or Omar came in with some clarity and said, it depends on what you think is unfair right now. Somebody's physical game, someone might be having a great social game, or someone might be doing a great. There was a third one.
brain game. I don't know what he said.
Yeah, strategy games, strategy.
Yeah.
Strategy, I think.
Yeah.
And so I think that kind of made Jonathan feel a little at ease. Like, what? Okay, maybe it's not.
That's high. Being the snake from what's the snake's name from Jungle Book?
I don't know.
Zero clue.
Cobra Khan?
Cobra.
Khan?
I don't know. Khan.
Cobra
That's not right. Khan.
Yeah, Khan.
I think it's Khan.
Yeah.
Totally a con move. Just like, oh, you just calm down, Jonathan. Everything's okay. Don't you take anything by that. Which, luckily, as we find out, Jonathan got to high five people walking away because Jonathan did not get all the votes. He got 2 votes, and they were from High and Romeo.
Yep. So no one uses an advantage or an idol or shot in the dark. None of that.
Nothing.
And then
High was completely blindsided. So much so, he was a good sport and exclaimed upon him being immediately booted. He goes, "That was amazing. That's how I wanted to go out."
Yeah, well played.
I loved it.
Best reaction.
A player respected good game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they blindsided him. He did not play a shot in the dark because he didn't see it coming. Yep. And now, if you were Romeo, wouldn't you be laying the biggest egg right now? The whole tribe voted one way, except you voted alongside. You're the only person who voted alongside the dude who was just booted. What does that say about your longevity?
Like, does he know?
He has
do you think so?
I mean, he freaks out every episode, Greg. He freaks out knowing he's about.
Well, and there were only 2 votes for Jonathan, so it was him. He knows what he voted for, and then High obviously didn't vote for himself, so like he has to know.
Right. Well, no, I know. I just don't know. I just don't know that he's doing the math correctly. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
Romeo
honestly.
Romeo knows. He has said, "I'm on the chopping block." Like every time.
I think he might be. Obviously. Yeah, I think he might just be drug along to the end. I think he could make final 3 purely to be like, put out to pasture.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ayako. Ka is a snake's name. That one's coming from China.
Yeah.
Ka. Oh, I would have never guessed that.
She's in China right now, so yes.
So that legitimizes that comment even more.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone else votes for High. Completely blindsided. And then we get the little glimpse into like what's coming next. And the only thing I took from that was that there's a twist.
There's a twist. I love it.
Can you imagine that?
Just what we need, This season's been really boring. There's not like a lot of challenges or advantages.
Knowledge of power, amulet, immunity, rewards, pizza. We don't know. So many things.
Yeah. I thought it was another great episode. I love that this show doesn't overstay its welcome. Like, it's clipping along. Someone's getting booted every week. Before you know it, we're gonna be at the end of the season. And there was never a part where we're like, oh, come on, move already. Like, nothing's happening. It's like, nope, something's literally happening.
So much going on. There's so much. Yeah.
What a great formula for a television show.
Yeah.
Really working for me.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to get some.
What are you doing over there?
Yeah.
Talk for a sec.
Some music.
We're live, so
yeah, you guys talk.
You can text your uncle back later. Like,
anything else?
Now it's our favorite part of the show.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to prepare for.
When we decide who we're gonna vote for.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, that's all we can
say. There we go. Norma made it just in time for the vote.
Oh my gosh. Norma coming just in time for the vote. That's hilarious.
Norma, you're on the chopping block.
Oh, no, don't say that. I'm not ready for Mike to go. For this part of the show, everybody, if you've not been with us before, we are going to vote someone off tonight. Someone who is here right now, not from the show. We are voting for someone on screen right now or in the chat room. Nobody is safe. So we are, we even have our paper that we've got paper. We've got our Sharpies. Greg has his huge Sharpie that overpowers his room.
It knocks me out. I can't open this until we're absolutely ready, because the rest of the show for me just kind of goes gray. I'm gonna be honest.
And your entire room smells of that marker. So
yeah, and I just sleep here.
So people in the chat too, you got to vote. Everyone has to vote. This is your time. We're going around. We're voting right now. Our people right now, write yours down, because
Camille and Dan said I've already been voted off from before.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
We've had some people. We've had some people take quite a few votes around here.
I have an immunity idol.
Oh my goodness, Shannon Dan going after Greg on that one.
Yeah, that's interesting how that happened. It's like putting your head inside of like a can of spray paint.
Oh, I'm trying to kill some time.
You must be writing a lot. So
help me out here, guys.
A fun fact about
Greg was gonna drop a fun fact to kill some time.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to vote.
Okay, cool. We'll talk about fun facts later.
Okay. Someone's making predictions here, but oh my gosh, Camille has an idol and is playing. Oh, we forgot to play the idol game. You know what though? Norma wasn't here, so that's why we didn't play it, folks. Yeah. Next week, you're gonna have an opportunity to find an idol while we're playing. We will tell you the rules next week. You have to be here for that show.
Yes.
Elaine's having a good time. Yeah, that was a bold move, Annika. She's going after him. Okay, so who are you voting for, folks? And you must know it's Greg. It says Nimble used the flint that he uses to compensate. Oh my goodness. Okay, so everyone, Norma will be here on time next week. Norma keeps going with some big Hollywood stuff lately, so I can't blame her.
I guess she has things going on. Ugh.
Yeah, she's going to some cool stuff. Okay, so everyone, let's go around the horn here, Mr. Greg, because everyone's going after you.
I think we all know where this vote was going from the start. It was like as she was typing it, I was writing it. Is that clear? Is that close enough? Can we all see it?
No, we see
it.
Yeah,
you're good.
Oh my goodness, Shan. That was
in Van.
Shan in Vancouver. We'll go on the ladies here. Oh, Miss Bailey. Who are you voting? And I want to see in the chat too, folks. Who are you guys voting for? And give us some reasons why. I want to put them up.
So this crew here pulled a high and lied and said they had an idol when I know they don't. And they also didn't invite me to go camping with their cat, so I'm a little offended.
Yeah, bring in the cats.
She's hitting 2 with 1 vote. Actually 4, I think. I think there was 2 cats with them too.
Yeah. Get them all out.
She's voting for me because of my jingling pants of sticks and stones. Well, you don't know, that might be an idol. Oh, Tess is here. There's Tess.
Hey,
I didn't see Tess earlier. Okay.
Sorry, Tess. Fire was thrown back to our original thing. That's not that's not the right thing with fire, though, is it?
I want to see some more votes in the chat, honey. Who are you voting for?
And
why?
My arch enemy. She has dogs instead of cats, and she doesn't like pineapple on pizza. So,
and everyone thinks that's you. A lot of times, people think that's you in the chat.
So we have a split vote.
Oh, right. It's not me. I'm not End Up. I'm not.
End Up is like I
love pineapple
your doppelganger. Or it's Bizarro World. That's your Bizarro World.
My Bizarro personality.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not seeing any votes in the chat, guys. I'm seeing people.
I saw a lot of votes.
Oh wait, I'm voting for Natalie after.
Annika is
Romeo's
voting
out
for Greg via Shannon Van.
Shannon Van's going after Greg.
So Shan has a couple now.
Wow.
I'm gonna allow the Romeo one because I agree. Get him off the show.
Okay, I'm gonna vote for this one because she started the episode creepy, and because Greg promised me if I stick with him, he'll take me to the end. So Shannon Van, and I even this time I drew a van. I know she's in Vancouver, but I drew a van.
But in this case,
yes,
I didn't know she was in Vancouver.
That's how we know that it's your vote and not my vote. And that was actually kind of the fun vote. Is people or the fun fact? People like make little designs and stuff so they know it's their vote. And the Dragon Slayer, look that up on YouTube. He tried to spell out Dragon Slayer, I believe is what he was trying to spell out with letters. He didn't make it happen. Well, numbers representing letters. Anyway.
I think I would change how I write the names every time because I don't want anything to ever catch on. Just, you know, strategy.
My handwriting would be so bad that Jeff would be like, "What does this say?" And I'd have to be like, "Oh, that's
who wrote this."
Guys, I think we blindsided Shannon Van. She didn't even have a chance to use her shot in the dark. She went out like high this week.
Got her.
While you were singing, she had the chance, and it's on her.
Norma's coming in with a vote for pineapple pizza. Well, Norma, because you weren't here, I'm going to throw up one more time a picture of our little Wally looking at his pizza excitedly because they put a whole ring on there for him, and that was this weekend.
I should have voted out pineapple pizza. What was I thinking?
A couple more comments from our friends. There we go. I could hear this.
He is adorable.
Oh,
he is adorable.
Thanks,
guys.
All due to Natalie. Just kidding. Just kidding. Love you, Josh.
I work with Bailey. I will not be working as closely with her anymore. Thank you guys. This is I love this. It's a great excuse to hang out with friends each week, and all of our new friends that we've made. I have these people in the chat here. I'm tweeting with them all week and stuff. Like, we've all become friends, and some of them are even getting to meet in person at Adam shows recently and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just awesome. We're part of a really great community. Thanks everybody for watching. Do you guys have anything you guys want to say before we sign off here?
Like and subscribe.
Hashtag subscribe. Yeah.
Tell your friends about it. Because I mean, my biggest thing to get out of this is to get more Survivor fans out there. Not that, like, I don't think the show's struggling by any means, but it'd just be good to get a new generation of people watching and engaged. Yeah. And hitting up Jeff on Twitter or whatever you do and giving him, what was that idea? Oh yeah,
the reward challenge.
You have to picking your people before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and a back to basics season.
Back to basics. You know who needs to be on that is every single person that's been voted out first.
Yes.
I would love to
Zach.
see that.
Our boy Zach comes back.
That's why Greg wants to see that.
Yeah, you just want Zach to go back
all the way. It would mostly be old people, and it would. I'm sure a lot of them aren't even around anymore. So
they would be older.
Not around anymore.
There's not that many old Survivor.
Oh, there were some people in like their 60s or 70s, which would make them like.
That's true.
80 or 90 now.
Let's bring them in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's have Survivor Seniors season.
And like The Bachelor. They're doing that
on
The Bachelor.
On the balancing beam.
They're like, and so broke a hip.
Happy Mother's Day to all of our moms out there.
Mother's Day, everyone.
We have moms in the chat. Happy Mother's Day, Natalie.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Speaking of Mother's Day, Bailey, do you have an announcement you want to make?
Oh my gosh.
Where's my wine? No.
You need to double down with the cigarette, Bailey. You're learning.
shirt. I'm wearing tie-dye. I can't be a mom right now.
Yeah. Bailey's too busy living her vida loca.
Yeah.
I'm wearing tie-dye. Can't be a mom right now. I love that.
There's no way.
Well, thanks, guys. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week.
Right.
Yeah. Bye. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Bye.
See you, everyone.